Just 1 second, guys. We're just connecting on all the other platforms. Okay. Welcome, guys. Okay, today we're going to be talking about something near and dear to my heart personally. It's exercise induced anxiety and getting to a place where you feel comfortable and confident exercising anywhere, doing anything with anyone, as well as using the right kind of exercise to get into your ideal body. Now, what I have found in my research, the reason that I do the work that I do is because I struggled with my weight my entire life, and I found that it was actually attributed to microtrauma. So microtraumas are little things that can happen to you over and over again that make a kind of imprint on either, your mindset, your heart set, the way that you feel about yourself, your energy, your spirit, and even your body. So this is not woo-woo by any means. This is actually classically accepted that trauma actually does live in the body. But what I have found, the person that I was meant to be, all the weight that I had been struggling with and that made me feel seriously uncomfortable in my body disappeared. So what I do at Upwards Wellness is I've reverse engineered this process to make tools and therapies that heal all of the necessary layers in people to get into their best bodies. And today I really want to talk to you about one of the most important therapies that I create that I thought was actually an optional one. It's called a body modi. And what it does is actually aligns all of the different parts of you with your body and sources out the microtraumas that are held in your body that are carrying extra weight, as well as allows you to work through them. So it's a really important practice. I have been on my second weight loss journey now for a couple of months because I initially healed my microtraumas, my independent microtraumas in university, and that's when all of the weight came off of me. And then I developed tools and therapies at Upwards Wellness to help people do the exact same. And what happened when I got into a family unit, started my own family, I had familial microtraumas come up that made me gain weight again because they were undealt with and just there. So going through this weight loss journey, I realized maybe partway through, like 3/4 of the way through, how imperative the body modis actually were. I thought that these were an optional thing and that any kind of exercise would do to get you into your best body. But what I found was that this specific style of working out was absolutely necessary to get people into their best bodies, because this style of working out was absolutely necessary to heal these microtraumas. And what I also found was that certain kinds of exercises can actually aggravate your microtraumas. They can actually aggravate your stress response, throwing you into that fight or flight mode and releasing cortisol at levels that are really unhealthy. For people that are living with microtraumas, most of us are kind of in that fight or flight mode more often than other people, which means cortisol and all of these hormones that are, they control hunger, they control fat storage, and they control even mood, etc., are out of balance. They're not in the right balance because of this kind of our nervous system being geared towards perceiving threat where there isn't any. And this is one of, or if not the most common cause of anxiety. So when we're talking about exercise induced anxiety, This is directly linked towards our nervous system perceiving threats where there isn't any. So the way that a body body works is actually, when you perceive those threats, like when this reaction comes up in you, it's a really incredible opportunity to work through it and to actually heal that microtrauma as you exercise. So we use very specific techniques. The body modi is a combination of Hakomi experiential psychology practices, which is ratified by the American Psychological Association. It is equal parts alignment. We have very specific alignment practices that create more energy in the body and help to calm your nervous system and to feel very in control. We do breath work that has also been shown, like statistically through data, to help people work through traumas, whether they're major traumas or micro traumas that we address. And then lastly, it's awareness. So the body modis are necessarily a practice in body awareness, which connects our conscious mindsets through all of the other parts of us right down into our body. And this allows us to directly apply the kind of work that we're doing to get into our best bodies into our physical bodies, into our physical form. So this is really, really exciting because on New Year's, I am opening up the Ideal Body Composition Comprehensive, my flagship course, for the first time in months and months. And this will only ever be offered once a year from now on. And this time is really, really special because I'm going to actually be going through all of the training and all of the practices with you, not just teaching you, but going through these practices with you. So I'm going to actually be continuing my weight loss journey, which I've lost 20 pounds so far, and I'm eating more and working out less, but I have switched to using body modi style of working out, and I have continuously lost more weight than cutting calories and having an aggressive exercise regime. So the very first challenge in the new program is actually going to be a mindful movement, so a body modi challenge, as well as a mindful eating, so an ideal body nature nutrition challenge for the first 21 days of the program. I mean, I'm going to be doing that all with you. We have a brand new community. We have all kinds of new tools and therapies, and I'm really, really excited about that. So if you are interested in getting into your best body this new year, I'll be opening those doors to the IBCC, the Ideal Body Composition Comprehensive, on January 1st to help you and join you, to get into our best bodies in 2022 together. But for the meantime, if you experience exercise-induced anxiety, one of the most important things you can do is learn proper alignment principles. So learning proper alignment principles will a lot of times not only mitigate anxious feelings and anxiety attacks, because I think it's because the energy can flow through your body more clearly. You're not getting these like little buckles up, or what I call niggles. But also because I think it makes you really feel in control. Once you properly align your form and your body, it makes you feel really in control. It also makes you feel very beautiful. So learning proper alignment principles is integral to mitigating exercise-induced anxiety, which I teach in my programs, but this is the kind of thing that you can learn elsewhere as well. The second thing is to focus on your breath and to really slow your breathing down and focus on in-breath and out-breath. Now yoga traditionally teaches a very specific breathwork practice that totally corroborates with every single movement and the kinds of movements. So if you are trained in this, then you can absolutely use that yogic style of breathing. This will calm your nervous system. Absolutely. This is backed by data. This is, trauma informed psychologists and psychiatrists actually use breath work specifically and mindful movement to move through traumas with people and to grow past them, heal them, and give them space. So using that prana style breath work is absolutely great too. If you don't know the breath work, I have only ever been now to one yoga studio. I've been practicing yoga for like pretty much my entire adult life, and even before then when I was in my teens, I've been practicing yoga a very, very long time. I've only been to one yoga studio that actually cues the breath all the time, which is the one I'm currently going to. And so I've never seen that before. It seems like it's really been lost in Western translation, the yogic breath work, but this is the essence of yoga, and this is one of the most important parts of a body modi, because the purpose of yoga, I think anyways, this is my own philosophy on like the purpose of yoga and why it's such a spiritual experience, a personal growth experience, not just an exercise, is because yoga consistently puts you into fight or flight mode, which a lot of exercises do. But it also forces you to breathe through it, and there is a strict breathing practice that is yoga. Like they say, like prana is yoga. Like the breath work is actually yoga. It's not really about the postures at all. And the reasoning that I believe behind this breath work practice, when you're pushing your body to points where you're in fight or flight, is actually to heal through those really high energy responses, that anxious fight or flight response. Breathing through it allows you to really gain control and to address the situation with calm focus. So this is so important for body modis. This is so important to get into your best body. And for people who have micro traumas or major traumas that have this kind of overactive nervous system, that have this, overactive fight or flight responses, this is so important. This style of working out, like slow movements with controlled breath, or fast movements with controlled breath, so that you maintain focus, is so much better for your body than anything else. Like scientists can put people onto machines that will tell you how much weight you're losing through your breath, because actually fat is lost through breath. Crazy, I know, but true. They can tell how much weight you're losing by each exercise, and they'll say that high intensity interval training burns the most fat. But let me tell you, if you have an overactive nervous system, or you get triggered into fight or flight easily, perceiving threats where none are there, which when we're in tights and standing in a room full of people, a lot of people can perceive threats where none are there. They don't even need to have micro traumas. That's exercise induced anxiety, and it can happen to anybody. But for those people, secreting all of these stress hormones, I mean, it's not a good deal. It is not a good idea. If you are, chronically kind of anxious, or even just chronically alert, you've got hyper awareness, these kinds of exercises might be actually damaging to your weight loss goals. So going with something, the yogic breathing, doing breath work, and having mindful movement is absolutely where you want to be. So that's the last point, is the awareness. So bringing awareness to your body, that is, it comes kind of hand in hand with doing breath work and doing alignment work. The awareness, the mindfulness of the movement comes sort of hand in hand with that kind of work. Now, I can't teach you the Hakomi experiential psychology moves that move trauma through the body here, but you can definitely grab my body modis in any of my courses. January 1st, I'm so excited for that. But on to the next point. with exercise-induced anxiety and feeling really uncomfortable or losing confidence when you're working out is kind of the mindset piece. So what I've been talking about, the body moddies, that is what I call body set. That's part of the body set lessons that I teach and the body set strategies that I teach to get into your best body. Excuse me. But the mindset is also is super, super important. It's actually, this is the first stage in any of my courses is we grow, we heal, grow, and strengthen through mindset work. So one of the most important things I really want to drill into your head if you get exercise-induced anxiety, if it's around people, I just really want to drill into your head that like nobody in a gym, nobody in like, a HIIT class, or nobody working out, nobody running on a trail or on a track is judging you. Now, I won't say the same for yoga because the scene in some towns for yoga, I've traveled all over the world doing yoga. The scene in some places for yoga is pretty like weirdly, ironically brutal. Maybe it's not ironic at all because yoga is so necessary for those of us who struggle with different sort of internal stuff. So maybe it makes sense that there would be a lot of like weird judgy stuff happening in yoga sometimes. But there's also a lot of different scenes that are amazing and amazing yoga studios I've been to. I love the one that I'm going to now, and I love ones in Nanaimo in Canada. The ones in Victoria, a big city, were really weird and judgy. So I'm sorry if you are in one of those scenes where people are actually judging. That sucks and that happens. However, anybody that's judging you, like, they suck. And I don't mean like they suck at yoga or they suck at running or whatever. I mean, like, they're not the kind of people that you ever want to even think highly of you anyways. Like, and normally, they actually do suck. Like, they're beginners. The only reason that they'd be judging you is because they're self-conscious themselves. Like, there is nobody in a gym that is like, oh, look at that girl. She's trying to work out and she's so overweight, or she doesn't know proper form or whatever. Nobody is thinking that. Like, seriously, I run by people on a trail, or, other people, they run by people on a trail that are like trying to run, and they're like panting and sweating and their pants are falling off, and like they're just like, I'm struggling here so bad. The only thing like a runner is gonna think is like, awesome for trying, man, this is great, like, yeah, fucking running is sick, like, get on it. Or in a gym, like, you think, oh, these people are gonna like think I'm such an idiot, like I don't know how to like do this squat, or like I'm not even going down to 90 degrees, and oh my gosh, I have this huge wedgie or whatever. And like, honestly, the people who are actually like seasoned, gym people that are like super fit and stuff, they're going to look at you and be like, oh man, cool. She's like new to the gym, or like she's trying or whatever. And, you can always like ask these people for help too, if you want. But like, first and foremost, get it out of your head that people are actually judging you negatively. And, if people are actually judging you negatively, like you're getting like weird looks or something, then find somewhere else to work out, because you don't want to be around those people anyways. There is everything right with you trying to do stuff, and there is everything right with you pushing yourself to the point where you're actually like doing things wrong and stuff, and maybe looking funny. And the point is to try to like work through that stuff, and maybe pull yourself back to awareness, pull yourself back to your breath work, pull yourself back to your alignment and stuff. But like, anybody who's going to judge you for, pushing yourself to the point where you look funny, or you're, whatever, is like, those people usually, they're not in a gym. They are not doing things with their lives. They are not out there doing great things for their lives. The people who are out there doing great things for their lives are people you're going to run into at the gym, and the yoga studio, the Pilates studio, the HIIT the studio, on the running trail, on the running track, whatever. Those people are going to be like just stoked that, on life. They're stoked on their own life. They're doing their own thing, and they like respect other people doing their own thing too. And they're probably going to be stoked that you're doing it because it's something that they love. So again, like talking yourself into what I call base reality instead of a reality IQ deficit. So a reality IQ deficit can come from being around the kinds of people who do judge people for doing that kind of thing. You know, being around the kind of people who do look down on other people, who get their own self-esteem from looking down and judging other people. Now, if you've been around people like that, you might have a reality IQ deficit that's telling you that other people are going to do that to you. You know, and you can actually look at it and get into base reality yourself by looking at the people who do that judging and how badly they suck. And how much they are not out there doing cool things with their lives, that you are not like bumping into them at, you know, the cool like exercise classes that you go to. And you, that way you can actually get yourself into that base reality, understanding that the overwhelming majority of people that you're going to bump into doing cool things with their lives are not going to be judging you for messing up or for looking funny, trying to actually do something cool with your life. They're going to be stoked that you're on the journey, and they're going to be happy to share the road with you. So that being said, let's go into our narrative exposure therapy, one of, if not the most effective way to address trauma. We're going to talk about reality IQ deficits, about people judging us working out, and we're going to journal it out about how we felt or how we've thought other people were judging us in the past while we're working out, or, you know, the times that we've gotten exercise induced anxiety around other people, and how it felt or what we were thinking. So we'll just journal that out. And the next part, if you are on Instagram, I don't think you can pause it. You might be able to on Facebook or YouTube. The next part, you can pause this to keep going if you want, or just leave a space in your notebook. The next part, we're going to journal about how we're thinking in the present, how now we understand that you know, people aren't judging us necessarily. You know, the people that we know who do judge others that way, they aren't around in those places, or if they are, they don't matter. And how you're going to deal with it, or how you understand that you can deal with it now. You understand that you can use alignment and breath work and mindset work to kind of overcome this anxiety. Just journal that out in the present, how you're feeling, what you're learning, how you're thinking. And then we're going to move to the future. So how you're going to actually apply this in the future, how you're going to be able to be a person who is comfortable and confident working out and work through your microtraumas. Using these body techniques, if they're not complete, they're still highly effective, more effective than any other kind of exercise that you can do if you're suffering from microtrauma and that's preventing you from getting into your best body. How you're going to use these principles going forward. And how you're going to become, like I said, that comfortable, confident person at the gym, on the track, on the trail, in class, whatever you're doing. And I'm really excited. Thank you so much. While you're finishing this up, thank you so much for joining me. I've only got 2 more lives left, I think. 2 more or 3 more? 2 more lives, I think. 3 more lives. 3 more lives, and then it's over. And like I said, the New Year's Day Ideal Body Composition Comprehensive, we're opening up. We're going to have amazing rates for the first year. Everything is new. We have like a new community and all of this new stuff. We have new group coaching with me and stuff, which is how I'm making Ideal Body Composition Comprehensive be applicable to people with independent microtrauma and people with interdependent microtrauma. So whether you're you need to grow into the independent best version of you, or the interdependent, the family family focused best version of you. We're going to have like therapies and tools that address all of those issues, which I am like proving they work phenomenally because it's the holidays and I'm like eating tons and drinking Baileys and coffee at every chance I can get. And I'm doing all of that great stuff and I'm still dropping weight, which is feels really, really good. So, yeah, if you want to know about that, or even if you just want to know a little bit more about microtraumas and the different layers and when your microtrauma happened or how it's affecting you, you can take the quiz below in most of the platforms. On Facebook and YouTube, it'll be in the description. On Instagram, it is the link in my bio. And you can take the quiz. It will tell you your mental archetype, which will tell you what layer your microtrauma is laying on, the conscious, subconscious, or unconscious, when it happened and how to address it. And that way you'll get an introduction into the Uproots Wellness methods. I'll go through all of the things that I was talking about today, the mindset, heart set, soul set, and body set layers, as well as the alignment principle that I was talking about. And you'll be notified when Ideal Body Composition Comprehensive opens up for the only time this year. It's really, really exciting. So I'm so glad that you guys join me, and like make sure that you get the last 3 lives, because that's going to be it. After that, I'll be going live in the community with my students and the members at Ideal Body Composition Comprehensive, and I will not be going live here anymore. So make sure that you get those lives as well. Tune in, same time, same place, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. PST and 1 p.m. EST. Thanks so much, guys. Have a really beautiful week, and next week I will wish you a happy